Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students. How are you feeling today? I'm good. Thank you for asking. So, welcome to the class. I would like to know, is anybody here? Are you guys complete? Great. So, today we're going to be talking about a new topic of the book. But before that, let's pray. So, before we begin the class and the lesson, Uh, let's pray based on our belief and faith. Pray begin. Amen. All right, so I'm gonna share a slide. Yep, today's topic, it's about elliptical sentences. So first and foremost, uh, let's define what elliptical sentences are. So the noun of elliptical is actually ellipsis. Yeah, ellipsis means leaving something out. So it's like erasing or deleting, right? Meanwhile, elliptical sentence is a shorter form of sentence which some words have been omitted, but it remains or retains the same meaning. It is used uh, It is used so that we can avoid unnecessary repeated words. So we wouldn't be repetitive anymore and would be having fast and immediate conversation at the moment, right? So there are actually 6 contexts or situations where we can use elliptical sentences in. The first one, in normal conversation. Secondly, in comparison. Thirdly, in sentences joined by coordinating conjunctions. And the fourth is in some dependent clauses. And the fifth in reduced clauses or reduced phrases. And not last but not least, it's also used with in the situation of so, to, either, and or neither, right? So let's talk about the first one in normal conversation. So there are normal conversation here on the daily basis, like we have usually. So where are you going? Said A. It's actually not considered as elliptical sentence, right? Because it's the full version. But the rest of the responses are elliptical sentences. To school. It's very short answer, right? It's supposed to be I'm going to school. That's the long version of answer. But instead, we usually answer by saying like to school. That's it. That's all. To make it short, to make it brief, to make it uh, very fast. That's actually elliptical sentence. And A replies, ready? It's also elliptical sentence because in the long version, it's supposed to be, are you ready? Are you ready or not? Instead, we usually say, ready? That's it. So it's also omitting some words in the complete or in the full version. Yes, I am. Answered B. It's supposed to be, yes, I am ready. But instead, we only say yes or yes, I am instead of yes, I am ready because it's too long. So these are the example of using elliptical sentences in normal conversation. What about the second context, which is in comparison? Let's look at the second example. Take a look at the second example. The long version is the ads attracted younger than it attracted older people. So there are two uh, sentences here, right? The one independent clause and two independent clauses, but they have actually the same verb, which is attracted, even though the objects are different, younger people and older people, but the verb is the same. So we can actually combine that by using elliptical sentence. It's it's like the ads attracted younger than older people. So as simple as that in comparison examples. Thirdly, in sentences joined by coordinating conjunctions. What does it mean? So take a look at the first example, yeah, the blue one. It's the long version. I have washed my clothes, comma, and I have ironed my clothes. As you can see, there are two different verbs which are wash and iron, but but it has the same object, which is clothes, right? So you can actually use elliptical sentence in this case because it's coordinating conjunctions, right? It's joined by coordinating conjunctions, which is and is one of the coordinating conjunctions. So instead of saying this long version, you can say, I have washed and ironed my clothes. Simple, more shorter, right? And the rest examples you can read by yourself. Next, the fourth situation, it's in some dependent clauses. So take a look at the second example, the blue one. I will go to the party if you will go to the party. So there are two sentences here. The first one is independent clause. I will go to the party. It's independent clause. And the next, the second one is if you will go to the party. It's actually a dependent clause. So uh, they have the same verb, which is will go to the party, and also the adverb of place. So you can actually use a very short version in elliptical sentences. So you can say, I will go to the party if you will. Stop there. You don't need to say, go to the party. You don't need to add more go to the party at the end of the sentence. Just stop after will. That's okay. And faster and shorter, right? And the fifth is in reduced clauses or in the reduced phrases, right? So take a look at the second example as well. The man who is selling the shoes is my friend. So there are, there is who is here. It's actually a reduced clauses or phrase, right? Frasa. So you can actually omit this two words. So it's like a gerund only. The man selling the shoes is my friend. So it's okay in this case. Or second example, the fourth one, when he was studying, he tried hard. You can omit this he was because this actually refers to the next sentence. So it's okay to say when studying, comma, he tried hard because uh, he after comma is actually the same subject to the sentence before comma. So it's okay. He was here. It's okay to omit he was in this first sentence because it's already represented by he after comma. I hope you get the point. So in reduced clauses, we can also use elliptical sentences. The rest examples you can read by yourself. And the last but not least, when we want to use so, to, either, and neither. So let's take a look at the First example, my sister is tall and my brothers are tall too. So you can use so. Yeah, my sister is tall and so do my brothers. They have the same meaning with a very short version. Yeah. And what about this one? Second one. A says, I was very sleepy last night. And B replies, I'm hungry too. And you can say, I was very sleepy last night. So am I. Oh, there's a misunderstanding here. It's supposed to be sleepy, yeah, not hungry. But what about either and neither examples? So here is the one, yeah. Uh, he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything too. This is too long. You can say, he didn't say anything, and I didn't either. So either, it also represents what two means actually in the long sentence version, right? What about neither? This one. Okay, this the last line, yeah. She doesn't review the lessons, and her friend didn't review the lessons too. This is too long because they have the same verb and object, right? You can use neither in this case because both subjects didn't do it at the same time. I mean, at the same situation. So you can say, she doesn't review the lessons and neither her friend. Okay, I think that's obviously clear. So next slides would be the further explanations in Bahasa Indonesia. If you would like to have more examples for your understanding, I would send, I will send the PPT in the chat box. You can download it. But before that, please do this 10 exercise. Yeah, this is your individual assignment. So please do it individually. Don't cheat. And after you have done this exercise, after you translate this 10 Bahasa Indonesia sentences into English with elliptical sentences version, please send it to my email address. I have sent my email address on the chat box. You can type it down on your Microsoft Word, or you can write it down by your handwriting on your paper and take a picture of it. That's also okay. And by the time you have done the assignment, please immediately submit the work before the class time ends. Yeah. So thank you very much, students, for coming. I really appreciate your spirit, and please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. Yeah. I hope that these materials would be very beneficial for your further study. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next meeting.